the same page. A couple years ago, there was a big controversy with a creator group. I'm not going to say times, platforms, anything like this, but what's really important is this was a group of 4. This is not a group I've ever worked with, I've been involved with, or anything like that. I just know people that were involved. And that's how this kind of stuff happens. You end up getting the internal information that the public does not. This group had something happen, and they basically launched into stardom. It was out of nowhere. They weren't just getting random content creator kind of deals. They were really about to hit the big leagues, all these deals and all of these things. The crazy thing is, I haven't even gotten to the Blake stuff and I'm already getting mad. They realized after a while that all this money was coming in, and they didn't just have to split it 4 ways. They had to split it between the 4 of them, their agent, their manager, the ad sales company, and a lot of money was going out of their pocket. And don't even get me started on taxes. So some of them came up with a plan that if there were less people in the group, they would make more money. And so they took something that one of the people in the group did, months and months prior, that literally nobody gave a shit about, and they repackaged it in a bow for the public. Everyone went absolutely wild with it. I heard about this, I would say months to maybe a year after it happened. And I went back and I looked at all the discourse. And what I couldn't believe was everyone online, they had opinions that made sense based on what they knew. They had information that made sense based off of what was made publicly available. And they had very strong opinions about these things, but they didn't know the core of it. You need to understand as the public when people are trying to manipulate you. You need to understand your role in the situation. And I think that the Justin and Blake stuff is, I think it's a big PR game, and I think that we're all the pawns of it. And also that story I gave you, that's one where I've talked to them. I feel comfortable sharing that much. Good luck. There's so many different groups out there. I want to get us on the same page so that I'm not just saying these things happen. I'm not going to dredge up all the shit that's happened with somebody else in the past. However, it applies here because what ends up happening is if there's a situation, a business issue, and remember, Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni, this is a business issue. If there's 10 people involved in the issue overall, and 5 people know this very, very important piece of information, but these 5 people don't want anybody else to know, then the other 5 people that are part of the 10, they will never know this. And then when it gets out into the public, you will never know this either. But another tactic in PR is, hey, I'm going to show you everything. I'm going to give you everything. You can look at it all with your own eyes, but you don't know this. And this is a really big part of it. Okay, so I like that. Somebody said, obviously talking about Sesame Street. I love it. Yeah, dude, this is like a little traditional too. It's a lot, okay? Does this make sense to you guys so far? There's a fucking piece of information missing with the Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni stuff. And so even though they're saying to us, here's this, here are these texts, and oh my God, I cannot tell you how often I've been frustrated seeing people say stuff like, I want to see the evidence. Where's the evidence? This isn't like a crime case where there's specific evidence that's incriminating to one side or the other. What has happened here is one side is going to weave a narrative that they want to be real. And then the other side is going to weave a different narrative that they want to be real. And they're going to add in the evidence across point A and point B, and then it's just who has the better story. And of course, this is so annoying to say, but it's true. Somewhere in the middle is the truth. And here's my last little conspiracy thing before we go into looking at some of the messages and some of it, all of this. Bitch, I think Ryan Reynolds is way more involved in this than we know. I literally think that he is way more involved in this than we know. So that's what I think personally. So, you're not going to tell me that Ryan Reynolds, this is a piece of it, ran up to Justin Baldoni's agent at WME and demanded that he fire him, and Ryan Reynolds is all hot and bothered at an event and making a scene, and you're going to tell me that he's not more involved in that, but that's all I fucking heard of Ryan Reynolds? So, anyways, all of this to say, there is a big piece of information with this Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni case that we in the public are not gonna fucking know, man. We're not gonna know. And I have no idea what it is. But I'm looking at you, Ryan Reynolds. Anyways, let's play a little game here. I'm gonna pull up some of the biggest pieces of evidence across this case, and we're gonna play Planted or Ryan Reynolds. Okay, not really, but I'm not gonna look. I just want you to know, if you're gonna watch this video, I'm not about to look at this from the side of, is Justin right or is Blake Lively right? I'm gonna look at it from the side of, are we as the public being manipulated or not? That's how I want to look at it, okay? So when this all started, it went viral on TikTok. And what was going viral? Videos of Blake Lively being mean, okay? I thought this was a little odd. Let me play you the clip. This is from a video called The Blake Lively Interview That Made Me Want to Quit My Job. So this was the initial T. Sorry, I had to say it. Little known, I saw your comment. I had to say it. Okay.
First of all, congrats on your little bump.
Congrats on your little bump.
What about my bump?
You've got two nice ones.
And they are kind of bumps, aren't they?
No, not bumps. The lovely lady lumps. Check it out.
Thank you. Thank you.
Are
you
you
like the movie? Are you a Woody Allen fan?
I love most of his movies, and this one was so like.
Okay, a lot of people watched this clip and they immediately started saying, oh my God, Blake is an awful person. Like, she's such a bitch. This is awful. Because you know what's in this video? Mean girl energy. But I think it actually starts off, personally, I think it starts off with a language barrier. I think that, because isn't she?
Oh, congrats on your little bump.
Congrats on your little bump.
I think that this was just a miscommunication or like a language barrier thing, and everything was just uncomfortable after that. Then you see Blake Lively and her friend.
You've got two nice ones.
And they are kind of bumps, aren't they?
No, not bumps.
So it feels like mean girl energy because they're socializing and they're being close, and then they're leaving the interviewer out of it. I think this video looks really, really bad for Blake because we've all been in this situation. A lot of us have been in this situation before where two girls kind of ganged up on us and made us feel like we were less than. I don't think that this video is horrible, but it's not. I don't think it's great for Blake. Hey, what do you guys think? Actually, now that you know everything going on, because when I first saw this, I was like, "What are people so mad about? It's not horrible." Okay, wait. Let's see what chat says. Timing was sus. She's being rude. Yes, she announced her pregnancy. I think it blown out of proportion. I feel that way too. It seems a bit disrespectful. I don't think this is bad. I don't see anything wrong. It's me. Yeah. So what I'm seeing in the chat, I'm seeing two different perspectives. And you know where those perspectives I think come from? It's whether we've been in a situation like this or not, and like who you were out of this trio. So anyways, personally, I'm like, okay, this is the point of inception. But, a lot of people started asking afterwards, and we'll get to this, the New York Times article that came out, was this video released as part of a smear campaign? I thought this was a little strange. So the woman that runs this account, she didn't post anything for like a year. And then out of nowhere, like this was her first video back. She got 6 million views on it. And then it appears that she hired some type of company. If you look at her page, her thumbnails started to change. And not only did her thumbnails start to change, but there was more descriptions in there. There were links to her other videos. This isn't just her restarting her YouTube career and like, oh, okay, the Blake video did well. Let's keep posting. Somebody helped her with this. Like, somebody made her thumbnails for her. The thumbnails completely changed. Her titling completely changed. This is a YouTube style title. Somebody helped her with this. So I genuinely believe that somebody was behind helping her restart this channel. Those are just my thoughts. And you know what else it could be too? It could be that that lady was an interviewer for a couple years and she has a lot of raw footage of different celebrities and somebody like partnered up with